want to go to Andy Puzder, what he makes of this backdrop in the job market and everything else. Of course, he's the former CKE restaurant CEO. The damning thing about Andy, besides being brilliant, is he never gained a pound in the fast food industry, which is weird in my book. But anyway, Andy, I was looking forward to have you, because now I'm hearing that even though the demand for restaurant concierge jobs are off the top and they can't fill them, they're having a devil of a time pleasing workers and to coax them into coming in and working. And for example, a lot of New York City restaurant workers are demanding weekends off. Generally not a wise thing, considering that's the busiest time for restaurants. Leaving that aside, many are demanding holidays, paid holidays, and the like. I imagine a good many of them are going to get it still in this environment. What do you make of that?
Oh, I think you're right. And I do hear from franchisees in the restaurant sector a high level of frustration with the way that employees react today as compared to the way they acted pre-pandemic. Like you said, they don't want to work weekends. They don't want to work 40-hour weeks or 35-hour weeks. They want their shifts set up so that they can be there when it's convenient for them. There are restaurants here. We're in Nashville, Tennessee, which is economically thriving, but some of the restaurants in our area, the quick service restaurants, they close at 5 o'clock because they don't have the staff to stay open. So there's a real problem.
How long do you think that kind of thing lasts, Andy? I mean, the reason why I ask is this is the same week we learned that 10.7 million jobs go begging. They're out there, but no takers.
Yeah, you've got about 2 jobs available for every unemployed person. So, of course, this month we saw the number of unemployed people increase about 300,000, and the number of employed people decreased by about 300,000. So you have to wonder what's going on kind of under the tarp with these numbers. I mean, labor participation has declined. If labor participation were today what it was going into the pandemic, the unemployment rate would be about 5.5%. So we've got real problems with the way the labor market is reacting to these post-pandemic conditions. And I think this will begin to turn around once people need those jobs to get through the day. You know, we have seen government benefits decline. We have seen credit card charges go up to historic highs. Right. We've seen savings rates decline. So people have been living off all these alternative sources of income. When those dry up, people are going to need these jobs.
I'm just wondering, we've been waiting for that pendulum to swing back, and it really hasn't to the degree many thought it would. As I said, to all these jobs that go begging, and now, a lot of restaurant owners, hotel, establishments are trying to make things as hospitable as possible, no pun intended, to hire them, to get them to come for whatever limited time they can get them to come. What do you make of it?
Well, I think it's going to take a little while longer. I think it's very hard to change habits, particularly for young people. Right. And a lot of these businesses, particularly the restaurant businesses, depend on young people. And they're used to what happened for the 2 years of the pandemic when you really didn't have to go to work. And if you did go to work, if the employer was begging you to come and you could get the conditions you wanted, I think that's going to rapidly decline, particularly after the election and through the early part of 2023, when these jobs become something that people really need and want. During the Obama administration, when I was running CKE restaurants, we'd advertise for a job. You'd have 100 applicants. I mean, it was a totally different universe because people needed the jobs back then. So I think we're going to see the shift. It's just not as quick as many of us hoped it would be.
But your added allure was you brought them big discounts on that delicious food, right? I mean, now, of course, that's not the draw it used to be, right?
That's true enough.
No, I just wanted you just to admit that. No, Andy, it's always good having you, my friend. Thank you very, very much.